Today I'll share my top 10 superheroes and villains with my favorite actor portrayals of these characters in film. I'll list the characters and then follow them up by a short clip. In 10th place is the big purple baddie himself, Thanos. Thanos is a motivated and cunning villain who made up the driving force behind the Infinity Saga.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
In 9th is Superman, the most famous, most iconic, and most well-known superhero on this list, representing a moral perfection for humanity to aspire to. I'll let Bill take it from here.
Take my favorite superhero, Superman. Not a great comic book, not particularly well drawn. But the mythology. The mythology is not only great, it's unique. A staple of the superhero mythology is there's the superhero and there's the alter ego. Batman is actually Bruce Wayne. Spider-Man is actually Peter Parker. When that character wakes up in the morning, he's Peter Parker. He has to put on a costume to become Spider-Man. And it is in that characteristic Superman stands alone. Superman didn't become Superman. Superman was born Superman. When Superman wakes up in the morning, he's Superman. His alter ego is Clark Kent. His outfit with the big red S. That's the blanket he was wrapped in as a baby when the Kents found him. Those are his clothes. What Kent wears, the glasses, the business suit, that's the costume. That's the costume Superman wears to blend in with us. Clark Kent is how Superman views us. And what are the characteristics of Clark Kent? He's weak. He's unsure of himself. He's a coward. Clark Kent is Superman's critique on the whole human race.
Up at number 8 is Harvey Dent / Two-Face. Two-Face represents the fall of a great man into vindictiveness and punitiveness, painting a grim picture of justice where there is no forgiveness for honest mistakes.
It's not about what I want. It's about what's fair! You thought we could be decent men in an indecent time. But you were wrong. The world is cruel. And the only morality in a cruel world is chance. Unbiased, unprejudiced, fair.
Spider-Man makes my 7th place on my list. Spider-Man represents a good balance between grounded human themes of responsibility and childhood, while also portraying superhuman abilities.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
Are you afraid that I'm gonna turn into some kind of criminal? Quit worrying about me, okay? Something's different. I'll figure it out. Stop lecturing me, please.
I don't mean to lecture and I don't mean to preach. And I know I'm not your father.
Then stop pretending to be.
Right. I'll pick you up here at 10.
For my number 6, I have Professor Xavier, who is played by the legendary actor Sir Patrick Stewart. Professor X is the moral and intellectual high ground of the X-Men.
Doesn't it ever wake you in the middle of the night? The feeling that someday they will pass that foolish law, or one just like it, and come for you and your children. It does indeed. What do you do when you wake up to that? I feel a great swell of pity for the poor soul who comes to that school looking for trouble. Why do you come here, Charles? Why do you ask questions to which you already know the answers? Yes. Your continuing search for hope. You know this plastic prison of theirs won't hold me forever. The war is still coming, Charles, and I intend to fight it. By any means necessary. And I will always be there. Old friend.
At number 5 is Magneto, played by Sir Ian McKellen, a badass and complicated villain, with hints of heroism clouded by darkness.
Have a nice sleep, Lyncher?
There's something different about you, Mr. Lorio.
Yeah, I was having a good day.
No. No, it's not that.
Sit down.
No.
Sit your ass down.
What could it be?
What are you doing?
There it is. Too much iron in your blood. Mr. Lorio, never trust a beautiful woman, especially one who's interested in you.
At number 4 is Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman, and brought to his narrative conclusion and action peak in 2017's Logan, a movie that I highly recommend. Third place goes to Iron Man. Immortalized by Robert Downey Jr.'s mad charisma, Iron Man remains the best and most complete arc written in the Infinity Saga, a man possessed by flaws who overcomes them in his last moments.
I think it's about the mechanics. Iridium. What do they need the iridium
It's a
for?
stabilizing agent. So I'm just saying, pick a weekend. I'll fly you to Portland. So keep love alive. Means Portal won't collapse on itself like it did at S.H.I.E.L.D. No hard feelings, Point Break. You got a mean swing. Also, means the portal can open as wide and stay open as long as Loki wants. Raise the missing mast. Ship the topsails. Batman is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did. How does Fury even see these?
He turns.
Sounds exhausting. The rest of the raw materials, Agent Barton can get his hands on pretty easily. Only major component he still needs is a power source of high energy density. Something to kickstart the cube.
When did you become an expert in thermonuclear astrophysics?
Last night. Packet. Subject's notes. The extraction theory papers. Am I the only one who did the reading?
Does Loki need any particular kind of power source?
He'd have to heat the cube to 120 million Kelvin just to break through the Coulomb barrier.
Unless Subject has figured out how to stabilize the quantum tunneling effect.
Well, if he could do that, he could achieve heavy ion fusion at any reactor on the planet.
Finally, someone who speaks English.
Is that what just happened?
It's good to meet you, Dr. Banner. Your work on anti-electron collisions is unparalleled, and I'm a huge fan of the way you lose control and turn into an enormous green rage monster.
Thanks.
At second place is Batman, masterfully portrayed by Christian Bale in the Dark Knight trilogy. Batman represents the best of the genre, capitalizing on multiple moral dilemmas and just generally being cool.
Rachel, all this, it's not me. It's inside. I am more.
Bruce, deep down you may still be that same great kid you used to be. But it's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you. Wait! You could die. At least tell me your name.
It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me.
Bruce?
At number 1 is She-Hulk. Just kidding, at number 1 is my favorite supervillain of all time, who is the mortal enemy of my favorite superhero, Batman, the biggest and most terrifying troll ever to exist. Joker is sure to be a good watch in any of his fantastic interpretations by standout actors such as Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, Joaquin Phoenix, and many more.
I'm only burning my half. All you care about is money. This town deserves a better class of criminal. And I'm gonna give it to them. Tell your men they work for me now. This is my city.
They won't work for a freak.
Why don't we cut you up into little pieces and feed you to your pooches? And then we'll see how loyal a hungry dog really is. It's not about money. It's about sending a message. Everything burns.